Hey guys, trust you super well and welcome back to the Painter's Circle. I've got my trusty Tupperware container here today and we're going to pick a new frame. So a new card out of the magic box. So if you don't know already, I like to operate in frames. Now for me, a frame creates focus and a frame is a tool for solving problems because in business, more than likely you're solving lots of problems. So if you've got something that continually comes up, even the fact that you have problems, wouldn't it be much better to have like a particular equation to solve that problem? For me, that's what frameworks are. Frameworks are shortcuts to accelerate me solving problems, not just in my business, but also when I'm working with clients. Hey guys, welcome to the Painter's Circle, where we help painting business owners scale their operations, increase profitability, and gain more time freedom. I'm Taz Mullis, and in this podcast, I'll share actionable tips, expert strategies, and real-world insights that'll help you grow your painting business without burning you out. Ready to take your painting business to the next level? Let's go. Oh yeah! So, we're gonna randomly pick one out of here, like random. You never know what you're gonna get. Pick one randomly. Cool. What do we got? Okay, we got this one. I'll keep it here for reference. So this frame was taught to me by a gentleman called, his name's Marshall Thurber. So about 2012, I reckon 2012, in Melbourne. I attended Business and You, a business conference, 2-day business conference in Melbourne. And first time I met Marshall, but I'd heard of Marshall before that for at least 5 or 6 years before that, because at that time, one of my business coaches had referenced Marshall Thurber in a lot of the things that he did. So when I went down to Melbourne and spent 2 days there, many of the frameworks that I use today come from Marshall. So Marshall is an American gentleman, resides in Utah, and I love him. So this frame, this piece really helped me understand how to stop wasting time in my business. Now, this frame is not just around business. Like pretty much every single framework that I use, Frames Create Focus, they are applicable in all areas of life. Now, I use them when I'm demonstrating, talking to clients in the context of business, but they are applicable in all areas of life. If you've seen one of the other episodes that I did, one of the frameworks was interested versus interesting. As much as I use it in every day in our business or businesses, it is also applicable in personal and family life. So just like that, so is this one. So when I was presented this the very first time, it sort of moved me a little bit when I was shown it, and I'm going to explain why that. I'm going to demonstrate this from a business context, how a lot of people will waste a lot of time trying to fix things that don't matter. Because sometimes the quickest way to get to our goal is to let go of the shit that doesn't make any difference. So, starts with a line. So, the frame is responsibility. Responsibility, the ability to respond. So in our work lives, in our work careers, in our business lives, and you can go into personal lives too, more than likely you understand that responsibility is leadership, and leadership, running people, takes responsibility. So externally, we are all being responsible with our community, our business, our network, our team, our suppliers, our stakeholders, and everyone involved in our perceived area of concern. So responsibility is the cornerstone of building a successful business. However, what you'll find is underneath the red line, we find ourselves spinning our wheels, usually because we're not taking responsibility for something. So we either Lay blame. We justify. Or there's a little bit of shame in that thing. Now let me give you an example. I use this example because it's a real thing that happened in my business years and years ago, and it still happens a bit today. Do you struggle with a plan in your painting business that's fast, clear, and specific? Our game plan builder turns your chaos into a tailored plan. It's built fast, it's built for you, and it's built to move. Check out the show notes for your copy and download it today. We were quoting a job and we underquoted, okay? Have you ever underquoted a job before? Here we go, presented it, done it, won it, started it, and realized, holy crap, we made a massive mistake. And then internally, I started to blame myself. I should have done this. I should have done that. Can't believe I did this. And I started to justify, if only I spent more time there, or I measured properly, or I didn't rush it. And at some point, you get a little bit ashamed, like, I can't believe I did it. And you start feeling a little bit down on yourself. The longer you spend underneath that red line, either laying blame, justifying, or a bit of shame around it, and insert that with anything that doesn't happen. It could be underquoting, could be hiring the wrong person, could be making a bad financial choice. It could be in life making a relationship choice and then dwelling on it like with a bad relationship for the next 10 years. Oh, I can't believe that happened. Oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda, justified it. And I got a bit of shame that I fell into that relationship. It is just a waste of time. The longer we take to not take responsibility for the thing and make a correction, the more time we waste. Some people can waste a day, a week, a month, a year, continually blaming something for not working. An example could be, we recruit someone. They don't work out. Something goes really, really pear-shaped, and we start blaming them. And we start justifying all their actions on them. And then we get a bit of guilt that we hired the wrong person and they mess up the business. And some people left because of this hire that ruined the culture of the business. We're blaming and justifying, and we repeat that cycle. And I hear it all the time from business owners. Taz, there's no good painters out there. I can't find anyone. There's no one out there worth hiring. There's no one exists on the planet to hire because they're all something wrong with them. Now, if you come from that framework, below the line, guess what's happening? You're continually wasting time because the only thing that you can control is taking responsibility for potentially not having a clear recruitment process, or potentially hiring people when you needed them versus always recruiting, not always hiring. Because if you hire the right person at the wrong time, it's way better than hiring the wrong person at the right time. And we take the frame that we take the responsibility that, no, I'm not responsible for providing standards in our business. Because if you hold a certain standard in your business, the people that don't meet that standard, they don't get a look in the door. So ultimately, what I said before about responsibility as leadership, it always starts with you. It doesn't start without you. So for me, this frame is about looking at things. If my wheels are spinning, or if I'm in a situation or a loop where we find ourselves blaming someone, justifying something, why something's not working, and we're not automatically going up and going, okay, we know here's a waste of time. Where in our business can we take responsibility for it? And I hear people saying all the time, well, it's not my fault they messed it up. Okay, maybe it's not your fault they messed it up, but you hired them, you trained them, you recruited them, you didn't hold the standard, and you let them do what they've got to do. The faster you can move to taking responsibility and stop wasting time blaming something, justifying something, or having a bit of shame about something, the quicker you're going to correct in your business. So the feedback, the cycle time from below the line to above the line is critical to how quickly you move in business. So I want you to look at your business, right? What areas in your business right now are we blaming something? An example would be we don't have the right processes, or our people do not follow our process or instruction. Blame. We justify it by, oh, they're just not good enough. But if you get above the line and start taking responsibility, then if your people aren't following the process, who's responsible for that? As much as it sucks when we have to look at ourselves and our team for holding the line, holding the standard, it's the fastest way to correct, because everything below the line, I'm telling you, is a waste of time. You know what this does? This is where people just complain and whinge and never actually improve where they're at. To me, this hurts my head, because nothing good can come from staying in this space. And I've seen people stay in this space for like years, like doing the same thing, expecting a different result, and it just doesn't happen. So for me, Marshall sharing this had a very profound effect on me, because it moved me quickly to stop spending time laying blame and justifying why things are not working. The only space to operate from is from responsibility, because we can make a mistake, like a mistake, or it can be a mistake. So we've got the frame of mistake, or we can change the whole frame and go, it's a mistake, which means we get another shot at it. Have another crack, take the lesson, correct, take responsibility, fix it, and move on. I think the reason why most people don't take responsibility for it, because we fall into a pattern of laying blame and justifying, because we don't want to accept that as business owners and leaders, everything is our responsibility. We are responsible. So if something's not working in the business, we are responsible for lifting that standard. You've probably heard me say this before. There's 3 core things to focus on if you want to win at this game of business. 1 is eliminate distractions. Frames create focus, that eliminates distractions. 2 is get better at the thing that you're doing. But the 3rd one, which is always the hardest one to uphold, is to raise your standards and hold your standards. That is the hardest by far, because that requires us to hold the standard not just to ourselves, but to our team. And I'm not talking about painting quality standards, I'm talking about every standard in the business. So responsibility, it pretty much just means operating above the line when we fall into, and it's normal, by the way, it's normal to go fire at a company that happened, which didn't happen, or blame someone or justify it. Your speed of recovery, hang down here for a day, max. Half a day, an hour, a minute, even better. If you can get rid of this every day, your improvement cycle. So in your business, we are always solving problems. Your ability to correct quickly determines how fast you're going to get to your goal. People get stuck because they take forever to correct, because mainly they're wasting time. There's no value down here. Other than telling stories, being a whinger and a bitcher, other than that, it creates no value. So, responsibility, above the line, be responsible. Leadership is responsibility, and responsibility is leadership. All right, stay cool, be well, as usual. See you in the next. Bye. Hey guys, if you got value from today's episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss expert tips. If you want some support, check out the link in the show notes and see how we can help you. Don't forget to follow us on socials @PainterCoach. Stay cool, be well, and as usual, see you in the interwebs. Bye.